Good morning, Mr. Swift here. We're going to be drawing this seat tube insert. You can see on the screen I kind of have the technical drawing for it. I also have the real life version of it too. So hopefully this video will help you get this made. It's pretty similar to our head tube and bottom bracket shells that we made recently, but there is kind of a new tool that I'll be teaching you in the video. So let's go ahead and get started. So in SolidWorks, we're going to start a new part. And as with every new part in SolidWorks, I always like to double check my units. So down here in the lower right, I'm on millimeters, which is correct. So let's go ahead and sketch. We're going to sketch this time. We're going to sketch in the top plane. And we're going to sketch a couple circles. That'll be the inside diameter of it. And then this will be kind of the outside diameter of it. So let's go ahead and get some smart dimensions on these. First smart dimension is 27.0. And then our second smart dimension is the outside of this part. So that's at 29.7. And that looks good. So we'll exit the sketch. We'll go to our features. And I'm going to use my scroll button and push it down. And we're going to extrude that. And we're going to extrude that the full length, which is 85 millimeters. All right, so that's pretty good. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to put this top collar on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to sketch here on the top, draw a couple more circles, and then bring those down. All right, so I'm going to sketch again. This time I'm going to sketch that surface, and I'm going to sketch on it. I'm going to start with a circle, draw a circle there. We'll do the inner diameter, and then again another circle. And this circle is going to be a little bit bigger, and we're going to dimension that. So we'll dimension the inner one, should still be 27.0, which is correct. And then this outer dimension is 31.77. So 30. All right. Now that we have those sketched on there, what we're going to do is we're going to go to we're going to exit the sketch. We're going to go to features, and now we're going to extrude that. And that direction is wrong, so let's reverse that direction with the reverse direction button here. And then the length is wrong, right? We don't want to extrude that the full length. We only want to extrude that 15 millimeters. So that looks pretty good, right? We've got this little collar, and I'm going to click OK. All right, so again, I'm pushing down on my scroll button, and I can view into that seat tube. That looks pretty good. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put this slot into this. This slot allows the clamp to tighten around your seat post. So we're going to do that this time with a new feature. And we're going to be drawing on a plane that we can't see right now. So this time I'm going to click on my view orientation. I really like viewing it in the isometric view like this. And we're going to sketch. And it wants to know what plane do we want to sketch in. So over here, I'm hovering over right plane, top plane, or front plane. We want to sketch in the front plane. All right. So we're going to actually be drawing kind of in the middle of this part. And we're going to draw the shape what we want, and then we're going to extrude, cut that. So I'm in the front plane. I'm going to sketch. And now I'm going to, again, use my view orientation, click over here on the front, and I can see that this is where I'm going to be sketching. So when I'm drawing here, in CAD, it's going to look like I'm drawing on the surface, but actually I'm drawing here on a plane in the middle. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So first thing we need to do is we're going to draw a line down the center of this, and we're just going to draw it down. We'll dimension it in a few. And I'm going to right click on that line and turn it into a construction line. So that line was from the middle point down. And let's go ahead and dimension that. That needs to be our depth of 18.5. So smart dimension that, and it needs to be 18.5. Now at the bottom of that line, we're going to do this little circle right there. So that little circle diameter, I'll just draw it kind of randomly, and then we're going to smart dimension that. And that diameter of that little circle is 5. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use that offset tool that we used previously. And we're going to offset our center line out and we're going to offset, and our offset dimension is only going to be 1 millimeter. And we're going to click on that line, and what we want to do is we want it to offset 1 millimeter on this side and 1 millimeter on that side. So we'll do bidirectional, and now you can see that it's got a nice symmetrical offset of that center line. And we're going to click OK. All right, now we do need to use our trim tool, and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to trim that off. I'm also going to trim here and here so that we've kind of got that part. And the last thing we need to do is we need to kind of close up this whole entire shape. So I'm going to click on our line tool, and I'm going to draw a line from here to here. All right, and that should seal up that entire shape that we just drew. Right now, I can exit that sketch, and what we can do now is under features, we can do something called an extruded cut. Instead of an extruded boss, we're going to do an extruded cut. And now again, I'm going to press on my scroll button so I can kind of see through that. And now what we can do is, you can see that it's going to extrude that, and we're going to do a blind, which will do a certain length, and we can change it. We want it to be at least far enough to go through this part. So let's try 20 millimeters on that extruded cut. There you go, and you can see that it's far enough through. So if I click OK, you can see that I've got that cut now in there. All right, so that was kind of the tricky part, is drawing on this plane, making your shape, and then extruding that out. So again, once you get done with your part, you always want to make sure you edit your material. This is aluminum 6061. So we'll go down here and assign that material, apply, and then close it. And then we also need to assign our appearance of it. So I'm going to go again, find my aluminum, find my polished aluminum, and drag that out to my part. And that has changed that. So I would say OK. And then last but not least, save it. So I hope this video helped you get your seat tube insert drawn. And, again, evaluate it, figure out what your mass is, and let me know. And hopefully you all did that correctly. So if you have any questions, please reach out, and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks again, and good luck.